Let me just blow you away. Let me just blow you sideways with a fact that you might not know. Did you know that Aotearoa here has perhaps, in fact it does have, it's the only country in the world that has a universal superannuation. Everybody gets super. Right now, $11 billion piped out of the system for a super. In 20 years' time, it'll be $36 billion. So I'm going to ask you, Willie Jackson, is it time now to do what every other country in the world is doing and raise the retirement age to 67?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a birthright in terms of New Zealanders. You know, a lot of people have paid their taxes, and they deserve that. They deserve that money when they get to 65.
So
you're talking about workers. Who a lot of them don't get to 70. You're talking about Māori who die younger. This is a birthright, and we shouldn't be embarrassed about taking it. And we're not all rich. We're not all rich like Gareth Morgan and all these National Party Tories.
Let me ask you. I mean, has Jacinda Ardern betrayed her own generation? Because it is the young, it's the under 45s.
She sure
Willie.
has.
It's the under 40 who are going to pay for the baby boomers.
Yeah, but,
that's the deal.
Yeah, no, but
we don't
want
Wallace.
under 45s having to get put together $300,000 in terms of a deposit for a house, do we?
Yeah.
We don't want to go down that
track.
track.
Look, I certainly think there's opportunity to lift the superannuation age. We're living healthier lifestyles. We're more active. We're living longer. Of course we should be doing this. If we're not doing it, we're letting down our generation. And Jacinda's done a U-turn on this.
All right, Hayley.
Sorry, Māori and Pacifica aren't living longer, actually.
Well, that's why we're investing more in health, to give them more elective surgery options, to give them cheaper GP visits, to increase that life expectancy.
If
National had kept our payments into the super fund, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But also, with the changing, thank you. The future of work is uncertain, so we're actually asking the wrong question. We need to be asking, how are we going to get everybody in New Zealand work?
I'm asking you, Hayley, would the Greens lift the age of superannuation like, say, Denmark, the US?
No, we wouldn't. There's no consensus
why
out
not?
there. Because there's no consensus out there to lift it, and it is the wrong question. The question is, how are we going to get...
Let's bring the one party. Let's bring the one party who is addressing the situation that other countries are addressing. Brooke, why would you lift it to 67, and when would you do it? If you got in Parliament, when would you do it again?
Well, we're the only party campaigning to actually lift it in the next parliamentary term. It's great that National realises there's a problem and wants to say, look, we'll do it in 20 years, but that's not enough. That's going to cost our generation another $58 billion unless we did it now.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous that Jacinda Ardern...
Is it time to means test it?
No.
I think
your personal opinion, is it time to means test it?
I think there
yes or no?
No, I want to say that I think there is a claim to be had for maybe having flexi super, in which case you might bring it in earlier at a lower rate and lower at a but I just want to say that Jacinda Ardern campaigned twice on raising the superannuation age.
Yeah, now she's got the opportunity. She's done a U-turn on it.
Because
she's letting us down.
She did.
No, I can't remember that. I can't recall that. All I know...
A classic politician. Classic politician.
I was here. I've been following politics more than most people. All I know is she believes New Zealanders should be able to retire at 65. People have been working too hard. They shouldn't be left out. Māori are dying earlier. If you go to 67, it's sexist, it's racist, and it's anti-worker.
I don't think
Hayley
doesn't affect
I feel like this is too important an issue to be using it as a political football. We should be having the conversation after the election.
Yeah. We've got a clear plan in place.
Hayley,
20 years, it'll raise.
Hayley, this is a financial tsunami that'll sweep the land unlike no other.
And what about
$36 billion in 20 years' time, and you're not addressing it. That's the thing.
So what about the financial tsunami that's going to hit us when automation and technology gets rid of all of the rest of the jobs? So actually, superannuation is a UBI, which is something we need to be talking about for everyone.
Okay, Tim, final comment.
We're continually investing. Superannuation needs to be lifted. We've got capacity for it. We don't need to be incurring this extra expense. My generation will be the ones bearing the brunt of this.
We'll look after you. We'll get you into a house.
Why are you doing it in 20 years and not now?
Because we can't afford it.
All right, let's go to Charlotte.
What do you think? What age should we be getting superannuation? It's not something I feel particularly strongly about, but I do think it's interesting that National are making a big deal of these tax cuts that they're dishing out, but they're just allocating the cost, making people pay for it by working another 2 years. Reminds me a little bit of these loan sharks in Purirua.
Right. Okay, do you think everybody should be getting superannuation whatever age, like, you know, the rich and the poor?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some things that should be universal. I think that reflects a value that we should hold on to in our society in terms of, you know, creating community and providing for all. I think that's, important.
Awesome. Thank you, Wallace. Do you want me to go to more, or should we?
No, but just, I want to go around the panel briefly.
Okay.
Here's what I want to ask the candidates. Brooke, should MPs get super? Yes or no?
Well, seeing as everyone else gets it, then yes.
Should MPs get super?
Yeah, of course.
The likes of Winston Peters, who
absolutely Winston Peters.
All right,
Absolutely.
okay. Should MPs get super?
It's universal, so yes, absolutely.
Should MPs get super?
New Zealanders have worked hard, regardless of their occupation. It's all right.
Hashtag backbenchers. Should MPs get super or do they get paid enough? More next.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.